Hello, I'm Kelly and I draw things, and I'm gonna do a big brainstorming session for merchandise and other drawings, I guess, things like that. And I'm gonna take you along with me. I guess this is me like fulfilling this small urge to create a vlog. So we'll try this out, we'll see how it goes. This is my home away from home as I commute during the week. And I have my sketchbook. I have a very wobbly table, so we'll try to minimize that, but I have my sketchbook, which is very empty, so we're gonna try to work on that today. And I'm just gonna use like a regular pencil, that's a pencil, and a regular pen. Nothing fancy. And I have all of these tabs open on my computer that I'll show you, and they are trend research. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. So part of my freelance jobs do a lot of trend research, and I've learned a lot from that, so I can do my own now. Pinterest actually does a whole trend thing on their own, which is really nice. It's all compiled into one thing. And then I've opened up a ton of other tabs with just stuff like, well, let's see, here we go. Design in art, design in general. I did some graphic design, interior design trends, graphic design trends, illustration design trends, fashion design trends, things like that. And I'm just gonna kind of go through and see what I find inspiring. I'm also going to just do a little Pinterest dive, I guess, and just pin cool stuff and inspiring things, do some scrolling, and kind of assemble myself a nice little packet of inspiration, and I'll just use that to sketch. Hello, so I have just finished doing my trend research. I went through a lot of different just trend articles, things like that, and visually examined them. I didn't write down everything I found, there was a lot, but I wrote down everything that I found interesting and that I liked. And the beautiful thing about making your own art is that it doesn't really need to be that much of a thought process. It's like, did I like it? Did I not? And if you liked it, it goes in the sketchbook, and if you didn't, it doesn't. So let me show you what I did. So this is my little sketchbook page, and I circled in pink the ones that I'm most interested in, and it's a lot of plants and space and sky stuff, which doesn't surprise me. But there's a few things like some checkerboard stuff, 70s bright floral friendship themes, things like that I'm gonna kind of lean into. So now I'm gonna go in and do specific research on these categories. So see Night Beach, that probably needs to be phrased a little better. I'm gonna scroll through, see if I see anything that I find inspiring or that I like, and kind of go down the rabbit hole and see what I find. So something I've been doing that's working pretty well is just put aesthetic cute after everything, and it kind of filters it for me where I want it to look nice and I want it to be cute. Alright, so I got my Pinterest board started. I looked up all my themes, kind of went down the rabbit hole on a few of them, and have some nice starting points. So I'm just going to start sketching as I scroll through and see what happens. Hey, so it's about, I don't know, an hour later, give or take, and I have done some sketching based off that Pinterest board, and I'm going to walk you guys through it. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, so it's pretty good. I was feeling a little stale at the beginning. I don't know, I'm in the mood. And I couldn't find music I wanted to listen to, and so it was kind of like an ordeal, but I got into it, and I think I have some good ideas. Let me show you what I did. Okay, so here are pages 1 and 2, and I started my favorites in pink, and I'll kind of zoom in. So this, I want to be a bookmark. I actually had this in my head a little while ago. I have a cat on top of a bunch of daisies and sunflowers. I already sketched it out on my iPad once, and I did not like it, so I'm going to try it again in kind of a bookmark format. And then on this page, I drew this cat kind of hiding in this plant, and there's all these dirty paw prints and like dirt at the bottom, and he's poking out. I think he's kind of cute. Then on this page, I kind of like this one, but I'm also not really feeling it, so I might come back to it later. But this one I really like. So I actually just played, well, maybe not just played, but a couple months ago I played A Short Hike, which is a game It's a video game, but I played it on Switch, and I really loved it. It was a really short game. I wish it was longer, but this is kind of, I think, inspired by that a little bit, where I've got like a campsite, and then it comes down and you can go across the river and then up through the trail and then have a nice little like lunch break, and then over here on the cliff is the lookout. And it would have these different little tabs, almost like a comic maybe, where it has different labels for different spots. I think that could be kind of cute and kitschy maybe. I like this simple bridge silhouette with some trees and a big old starscape. I like this idea of this cat walking. So in my research, I saw that checkerboard is supposedly going to be coming in. So I'm going to put him in some checkerboard vans, walking in front of this big daisy bundle, drinking a juice box. It would kind of go with that bookmark down there. So maybe that'll make that a pair. We'll see. Another simple skyscape where I like the composition. And then I started thinking about the idea of space buns and literal space buns. So putting stars in her hair, that might be kind of cute. And then thinking about cake, and maybe it was made of space. And on the top, either having some sort of space camp, either like actual or a little more whimsical. So whimsical is what I drew, where I have a little tent, a little clothesline, a little rocket ship, or drawing a rocket ship and an actual little rover. Kind of iffy on that one. And then this is a cute little scene where you have a railing and some water and a lamppost and the city and clouds back behind. And I wanted kind of another focal point in here. And so I put a cat, which, you know, surprises no one. But then I was like, oh, what if it's like a date? You know, so maybe there's two of them. Or I might put a person. I don't know. Kind of unsure on that. But those were my 6 pages. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice. And so now I'm going to take them into a digital program and probably start cleaning them up a little bit. Hi, my chair was uncomfy, so I migrated to the floor. But I took photos of my sketches and I took them onto my iPad and I arranged them and I sketched them out, and I'll show you the time lapse here and I'll kind of talk over it and talk about what I did. So the first thing I did was I took all of my photos, I cropped them out, and then I arranged them in Clip Studio. Like I said, I had this little guy from before where I'd sketched him out, so I pulled him in, extended him, and he works for a sketch. And then I'm just going to go over and add details on each one of them, define some things, resize some things, and kind of work some of the kinks out that maybe weren't as developed in the sketchbook one, but then this like more defined sketch is gonna have a little more information. This was actually a really nice little process, having them all together. They're like a little group, and then later on I will go and crop them out and put them on full-size documents to ink and color and develop a little further, depending on what they're going to be, if they become a print or they become a bookmark or something else. I think I'm going to add a skateboard to the cat. I think that'll add some more color at the bottom, and it'll be a little more interesting. Then for these space doodles, I wasn't as into them the second time around. They might become something else later, but as of now, I'm not sure they'll proceed any further. And then the railing one, I realized was way out of perspective, so I had to fix that a little bit. And that came together nicely. And then I had a couple ideas kicking around in my head that I put on here at the end. I had a wholesale order from a bookshop called the Green Dragon Bookstore, and I thought that was really fun, and the idea came to me about a green dragon hoarding books, so I drew that in, and then someone mentioned online that one of my axolotl stickers would look cute as a bookmark, so I drew that out as well. Now let's zoom in, and I'll give you a chance to just look at them without me talking. That's my process of kind of batch creating ideas and getting a bunch of stuff ready to work on when I have time. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.